Interview with Natalie, the owner of VWax. So we've just got a few general waxing questions. So one of the most asked questions is, am I too hairy? Like, what length do my hairs need to be? What if I've got a full-on growth going on my intimate area? What do I need to do?
Okay, so anyone who has mass hair, don't worry about it. We as therapists will sort out the bush. It's better for us to trim it and wax it than it is for you at home to go and trim it and then you come for your wax and it's too short, or it affects the procedure. So what you've got to understand is we wouldn't be in business if you didn't have the hair. We love hairs. It keeps us in business. That's the mentality that you need to have. I don't care if your bit's hair is literally down your leg. If I'm honest, my bit's hair travels down my legs. That's the reason why I'm in this business, because there's no stoppage from hairs to hairs to body parts to body parts. I'm a hairy person. The staff that have their hairy people too, like everyone is hairy. And whether you say it or not, everyone has got a hairy bum hole. No matter who you are, whether you're blonde, whether you're dark, whether ginger or whatever, everyone has a hairy bum hole. The amount of people that I've waxed previously, like, oh, I don't want my mum done. I've not got any hairs there. And I'll say, Susan, you do have a hairy bum hole. Because everyone has hairs there. You're just embarrassed because you don't want to expose your bum to me. And I said, it's best part of the treatment. So we are going to turn you over onto your side and we are going to do your actual bum hole because it is hairy. And obviously your husband or whatnot will appreciate you not having your hairs there. Plus for yourself, it's so clean and fresh, and leave the bush, leave the bum hairs. The professionals will sort it out.
What advice do you have for therapists for clients who have polycystic ovaries? Like, how do they understand the hair structure and best ways to remove it and things?
Okay, so for polycystic ovaries, I've got polycystic ovaries, and what that does to our bodies, let's say, is it puts us weight on, nightmare. It makes us hairy in places that women aren't meant to be hairy, nightmare. And it gives us bad skin on his faces, and we're more prone to ingrowing hairs and scarring, that sort of thing, nightmare. So taking all that into consideration, as therapists we understand different hairy conditions. So you've got polycystic ovaries, you've got your hirsutism, there's a few hairy conditions, and the NHS do not support the removal of hair, or there isn't any treatment for people with our conditions. So myself as a businesswoman, I understand that there is a demand for people that have got polycystic ovaries, and we have more of a male hormone inside our bodies, and it makes us get hairs on our chins really bad, on our necks, on our nipples, on our tummies, our backs, whatever it is. Some people have it worse than others. I would probably say I'm in the mid range. So I do, get really bad hairs on my chin. Nothing in the middle, either side. I get, the little snail trail. My bits, there's just straight continuation to my legs. That's just how it is, which is why I created the business in the first place, to help myself really, and obviously understand that I can help many other people. So people that have got polycystic ovaries, I would generally offer them a discount scheme, just because they are going to need to get waxed probably double the amount of time a general person would do, just because as a woman, you don't want to feel self-conscious and everything else, especially if you're a single woman, you know, you're meeting, you know, your partners, or, you know, you're married, you want to, you know, maintain yourself. So yeah, with your customers that do have more of a hairiness problem, it is always best, I would say, to offer that discount, just because it's going to help them financially, but obviously for the business, they are going to be coming in more regular because you are their safe place. So your waxing business is going to be their safe zone, where they can open up, where they can express themselves, where they can talk about problems that no one else really understands. So yeah, I hope that helps with the hairiness. Just leave the bush, just leave the hair, because that's what makes us our business.